Hi guys, today I'll be showing you how to crochet this Snorlax beanie that's been kind of popular for a while. It's been posted on my Pinterest for like a year or two now, and a lot of you have been asking for like a full tutorial on how to do like the whole thing, so I made one today. So yeah, let's get into it. Okay, so now I'm gonna go over the materials you need for this project. You're gonna need blue yarn of this shade, black yarn, and white yarn, a pair of scissors, a 5mm crochet hook. Hold on, let me turn this around. Either H size hook or 5mm hook will work. Okay, so we're gonna start off with our blue yarn, and we're going to make a magic circle. Just like this. Honestly, there's probably an easier way to do this, but this is usually how I do it. I'm going to chain up 1, 2, and this is we're going to be using double crochet for this whole project. So we're going to make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 15 double crochets total into the magic ring. And then you're gonna pull the string tight and then we're going to slip stitch into the first double crochet. So not the chain 2, but the first double crochet. Just like this, slip stitch. And so now we're gonna chain up 2. That's what we're gonna be doing at the end of each stitch, or I mean at the end of each row is 2 chains. And so now we're gonna do increases into each stitch, which is basically just 2 double crochet. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 30. So you'll have a total of 30 double crochets at the end of this round. And now we're gonna slip stitch into that first double crochet again, and then we're going to chain up 2. Okay, so now we're gonna work on the 3rd row, and we're going to do this pattern of 2 double crochets and then 1 double crochet into the next stitch. So I'll demonstrate that. This first stitch we'll do 2 double crochets, and then into the next following stitch we will do 1, and we're going to repeat this throughout this row. 4, 5, 6, 43, 44, and then the last stitch 45. So now we're going to slip stitch into the first first double crochet, and we're going to chain up 2 and work into the 4th row now. And so this one's going to be similar, except we're going to do 1 increase, which is the 2 double crochet into 1 stitch, and then into the next 2 stitches we'll do 1 double crochet. So this time it's 2, 1, 1, and I'll show you guys. So 2 double crochets, and then 1 double crochet into the next 2 stitches. 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, and I'm going to repeat this until I get to the end, and I'm on the last stitch, which is 60. So for this row I got a total of 60 double crochets. If you don't have that much, that's okay. You could just have like around that much. It shouldn't be that different. Now we're going to slip stitch into the first double crochet again. And now we're going to chain 2 and work into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th row now. So for this, we're going to do a regular double crochet row. So we're just doing double crochets for this whole row, just 1 in each stitch. So yeah. I will meet you back when I get to the last stitch. Okay, so now I'm on the last stitch. So now I'm going to slip stitch into this chain. And now I'm going to chain 2 and repeat that again. Your projects should start to curve, kind of like this, which is good. So again, as we get to the last stitch, we're going to slip stitch into the first double crochet, and then chain 2. And now we're going to repeat that row again. So just double crochets. So now I'm at the end again. I'm going to slip stitch into the first double crochet and chain 2. So this is the row where we're gonna start adding the Snorlax's face. And so we're going to need our white yarn. Not just yet though. So I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 16. And before you pull through the last 2 chains, you're gonna add this white yarn in. You can add it however you want to, it doesn't really matter. This is how I like to add it in though. I like to do it on the last stitch. And so I pull in the white yarn. And you can crochet over this. I will crochet over some of it. So now I'm going to chain 1. And I'm going to do 1 double crochet. Before I pull through these last 2, I pull up with the blue yarn, then I pull the white yarn down, then I crochet over top of that, and now I need to cut these pieces off, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, 111, 112, 113, 114, 115, 116, 117, 118, 119, 120, 1 this was the first stitch, so this first one. Now we're going to do 6 more, so 2, oops, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. On the 7th, don't pull through the last 2. We are going to add white yarn again and repeat the exact same thing we just did. Chain 1 and then do 1 double crochet. Oh my god, oops, sorry, hold on, actually that's not okay. Okay, yeah, so 1 double crochet, and then on the last 2, bring in the blue yarn, pull this, double crochet on top, and then cut it off. And now we're just gonna continue doing double crochet for the rest of this row, and you can crochet over this if you want. I just push it back, and I'll just like sew it into the beanie later. So now I'm just gonna continue doing double crochets into the beanie. So now I'm gonna slip stitch into the first double crochet again and chain 2. Now I'm gonna do 1, 2, 3, and then 15. So here, double crochet, and before you pull the 2 loops, we're gonna have to add the white yarn in again. And we are going to make 3 double crochets with the white yarn. So pull it in, chain 1, and I'm going to crochet over these tails. So 1 double crochet, 1 on top of the white stitch, so that's 2, and then number 3, and then before we pull through the last 2 loops, we're gonna pull up the blue yarn again and I'm going to double crochet over that. I'm gonna cut this off. Technically you don't have to, but personally I just don't want to have that. So now I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So before I pull through these 2, take the white yarn again and pull it through. Oops. Chain 1. And do 3 double crochets again. So 1, 2, and 3. Before I pull through the last 2, add in blue, double crochet, and now I'm going to cut this off again, and now we're just going to continue with double crochets with the blue yarn, just like so. Again, slip stitch in the first double crochet and then chain up 2. For this next row, we're going to need the white yarn again. So we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 15, and then 14. And now we're gonna add in the white yarn again. Pull it into the last 2. Shit. Oops. Okay. Chain 1, 1, 2. Make sure you're crocheting on top of this. 3, 4, and 5. Then on the last one, pull up the blue again. Two and 3. Bring up the white. I'm not cutting it off this time because I don't feel like it. Oh, or maybe I should. Actually, I'm gonna cut off the white. Wait. So then 3, add in white yarn again. Chain 1, 1 double crochet, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then on the last one, add in the blue. And now we're gonna continue with, oh, let me cut this white off. And now we're gonna continue doing double crochet with the blue yarn. So now, double crochet into the last stitch and slip stitch into the first double crochet, and we're going to chain 2, do 1, 2, and 13. And then before I pull the last 2 through and pull through, chain 1, to do 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, wait, I don't want to go over the tail either, just the white one. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Before we pull through the last one, we're gonna bring in some blue yarn again. And chain 1 and do blue double crochets for the rest of the row. Okay, so now we're going to basically repeat that row. So slip stitch into last stitch, chain 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6, and 13. So we're just going to go over the white stitches with white. Again, chain 1, double crochet. I'm going to cut off blue. Why did it not move? I'll crochet over the white one though. So 2, 3, and 15. Oops. Before I pull through the last 2, bring in the blue yarn, and we're going to do blue double crochet for the rest of the round. So chain 1, double crochet, and then I'm gonna cut off the white. You should always leave like a good amount, like I say like that much is already at the minimum. Double crochet with the blue yarn for the rest of this round. So again, now that we're at the end, I'm going to slip stitch, and this was the last row, so now I'm going to chain 1 and cut off just like that. Beanie should be able to fit over your head like this, and so now we're going to make the I don't know what this is called, like the ear flaps of the beanie, and we're also going to make the ears and add the little string over the eyes. Now we're going to work on the ear flaps for this beanie. So I'm going to turn this upside down, and we're going to be using the blue yarn again. And basically what we're going to do is you're going to count off 1, 2, 3 stitches, and we're going to start on this 4th stitch. Insert the hook, pull through your yarn like so, and chain 1 and then chain up 2. So now we're going to do 1, 2, I'm gonna do 9. So 9 double crochet, and now we're going to chain 1 and turn, and now I'm going to do a double crochet decrease. So pull through 2, then yarn over, next stitch, pull up 1, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 3, and then double crochets for the next stitches. Oops, 1, actually, so chain 1, decrease, and then decrease 1 more time, and that's how I end off this row, and then chain 1 and cut off. And so now you're going to repeat that to the other side of the beanie. So after you do the ear flaps, it should fit on the head like this. It goes pretty far, so it covers the whole ear. Now we're going to work on the ears that'll go right here on the head. So now we're going to make the triangle ears. You're going to need some blue yarn again, and we're going to use the 4.25 millimeter hook. I don't know if you can see, also known as a G size hook. Sorry, I know it's kind of hard to see, but yeah. So we're going to make a slip knot this time, and I'm going to chain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So 10 chains. And now I'm going to start from the first chain. Well, no, I guess the second chain from the hook, and single crochet into each stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Don't think I can I fit one into here? Oh, 10. Okay, so 10 single crochets total, and now we're going to chain 1, and we're going to do 9 7 single crochet. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And we are just going to skip this stitch and chain 1. And now we're going to do 8 single crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we're going to skip that one, and now we're going to chain 1 and do 7 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So now I'm going to chain 1 and do 6 now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and chain 1. And now we're going to do 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Chain 1. I'm going to do 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to chain 1. Chain and then do 3 single crochet. 1, 2, 3. Chain 1. Now I'm going to do 2, 1, 2, chain 1, and then 1 single crochet. And now you have this ear that looks like this. And now you're going to repeat that. And we're going to attach these to the top of the Snorlax. So I'm gonna attach it around here. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So top of the 9th row to this side. So now I'm going to take the tapestry needle and my blue yarn again. And I'm gonna try to insert this into the needle. Okay, there we go. So now we got the yarn through the needle. I'm going to tie a knot. Just like that. Now, going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So, going to place this top. Kind of gotta just guess where you want to put it, sort of, and then just start sewing it in. Oh, like so. and you kind of just go like back and forth, back and forth. Let's go into the next stitch. I'm going to tie this into a knot. Same with the other side, except this time this one's on the inside. Just gonna tie it to a knot. You can do it 2 times actually, that's probably better, more secure. And then later we're just gonna sew it into the beanie. And so now we're gonna do the same thing for the second ear. So yeah. So now that I finished adding the ears in, we are going to do the last step, which is adding the strips for the eyes. So we're going to use this black yarn. Along with a tapestry needle that we used previously. So now you're going to add the yarn into the tapestry needle. It's probably the hardest step out of this whole thing, getting the yarn into the needle. There we go. Let's tie a knot. And you're just going to start from like the middle here. And then here. That's how I do the first one. And then go here. And then to the end for the second one. And then for the bottom with the mouth, I just start from like around here. And like that. So now I have the mouth and the eyes. And so now I'm going to cut it off. into a knot. I will just sew these into the beanie later on.